Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mad Nice Morning once again with your host Ray Rockburn. I hope you're a great day so far. Still early, today I'm going to talk about change your life by doing deep work daily. So, doing deep work every day through Mad Nice Morning system is a powerful way to get the power of the universe to assist you with your projects. And so I'm going to go into three different mentalities that people might have that might have them resist this program. And I'll explain to you how you can overcome that fear or resistance and to implement a great morning system in your life. So I'm calling them false beliefs. So false belief number one, I can't do deep work daily. So my belief is with a system in place, anything is possible. Mad Nice Morning makes it easy to focus on your morning routines upon waking up. So from defining your project to setting up your Google Calendar to putting timers in your computer. In my previous video, I explained how to set all this up, and it'll be in the link to set it up. And it takes about an hour of your time to really define your projects and then put them in your Google Calendar so that when you wake up in the morning, it's easy to know where you got to focus your energy. So I think absolutely with a system in place, you can do deep work daily. And so I'm just going to get into why deep work for me is so important. Because what I used to realize is when I had huge breakthroughs in my life, when there's all these free sort of programs that help you sort of dig deeper into who you are and what is your purpose and all that stuff. And by asking deep questions, that's usually how it works. And so what I would do is I do all these free courses and then I would have huge breakthroughs in my life and had motivated to move forward on my projects. But I noticed a pattern that when I would stop doing deep work, I would get into my old patterns and I would stop, moving my life into a direction that I really wanted to take. So what I created was this Mad Nice Morning, and the intention was to do deep work every single day so that you have breakthroughs every single day on your projects in your life. And so if you don't think that you can do deep work daily, this Mad Nice Morning will allow for you to really excel in the sort of the deep work department. So I think that the outside world is important, but your inside world needs to be organized in order for your outside world to be organized. So if you're not working on your inner convictions, your attitude, your mindset, that's all internal stuff. And if you don't work on that, your outside world will reflect that. I used to work with children all the time as an educator. And I used to say, and I believe this solely, that your heart is a reflection. Your outer world is a reflection of what's in your heart. Your heart's kind of like a mirror. Okay, so if you don't work on your heart, then you are essentially not really working on your outside world. You can, set goals and go for it. And if you neglect your inner world, you don't organize that part, then your outside world is going to be just as negative and chaotic until you start changing or adjusting your attitudes and your beliefs. Okay, so here's false belief number two. I don't think I'm ready to make big changes in my life. And so this is just a warning that this program will change your life in a big way. And so you do have to um, expect the consequences. Um, so to tackle the if I'm not ready or not to make big changes, uh, it makes me think of I did a program by Tony Robbins. I talk about him all the time because he's so powerful, and it's called Personal Power. And he talks about there's three aspects um, that allow for someone to change, and one of those aspects is where am I getting at? One of those aspects is uh, personal leverage. Okay, so if you're not personally ready to change, then you're never going to change. Okay, so a lot of times people have a battle within themselves, and they're uh, not sure if they're ready to take on a new challenge. And until they have enough personal leverage, uh, and I'm going to explain what that means, they're not going to make that jump. Okay. And so here's an example of personal leverage, and I see it all the time. Uh, I saw it all the time when I worked in the education industry. If you want a child that has behavioral issues to change, the resource worker will um, give them uh, motivation to change by giving them stickers uh, throughout the day. Okay, so they have a little personal book, and then if they're behaving properly, say before the first snack, they get a sticker in their book, and then at lunch they get another sticker in their book. And if they get stickers all day long, they get to go see the principal of the school, and she gives them or he gives them a huge sticker. Okay, and so this is motivation for them, it's leverage for them to change. Okay, and so there's an example of that kid will change if there's a reason within themselves to change. And so there's two factors, I think, is motivation and courage. If you don't have courage, then you're not going to change as well. And so another way to boost up that kid's courage is when they come to the office, everyone in the office says, yeah, woohoo, you did it, you kicked butt today. uh, you changed your ways and now you're getting a huge sticker. Awesome. And that's another way to boost up their courage as well, because they're like, if they don't get cheers and pats on the back, then they won't be as courageous to act uh, according to to allow for an educational environment for everyone else. Okay, so that's belief number two. I don't think I'm ready for big changes in my life, and a lot of people aren't. And so it's all about preparing yourself for change. It's giving yourself leverage for change. And so you have to convince yourself that there is, a treasure at the end of the rainbow, but you have to define that treasure for yourself. And then false belief number three is my family and friends will dislike me if I change. And this is like yes and no, but your family and friends might think you're bizarre or different and you're acting different, but they'll never stop loving you. So you don't have to let this be a reason not to change your life for the better. Um, and I just want to, there's a story that really changed my life. It was a story by Bob Proctor, and he talked about when he was younger, he would work uh, a 9 to 5, and after work every day, he'd go to this pub to have a few drinks with his buddies, his work buddies. And he'd do this every single day. And one day he looked around the pub and he said, my gosh, this pub is, in his words, this pub is full of bums. So people that are really not advancing their lives, they're spending their money on alcohol after work every day, and really, instead of going home with their loved ones, they're with their buddies, and it's good to have a social life, but where is that going to take you in your life? And so he said that when he stopped, he decided right then and there that he's leaving that place and he's never coming back. And he said his life changed for the better ever since. And so this is a concept of you vibrate a certain way, okay? And this attracts certain kind of people in your life. And then when you change that vibration, the people in your life will either adjust to accommodate you, or they will vibrate right out of your life. And that's nothing you can control there. And so are you so attached to your lifestyle and the people in your life that you're not going to change, so that you because you don't want to lose friends and family members? You're never going to lose them. They're always going to be in your life. But the only way you can really affect other people is through your own actions and through your own vibrations. And so if you decide to make a change, absolutely, people are going to not vibe with you, and that's okay. Because what happens is other new people are going to come into your life. You're going to vibrate with them. And then, so there's also another saying, like align with that Bob Proctor story, is if you want to become a millionaire, start hanging out with millionaires. Stuff like that is like, they vibrate on a certain frequency. And if you want to vibrate on that same frequency, you have to get in proximation and find out what they think, what they feel, what they do, and then your frequency will change. You'll vibrate within a new crowd, and then your old crowd is either going to join you, or they're going to stay where they are. And a lot of people just stay where they are because they're afraid to change. And so you cannot be afraid to change. And yes, you will lose some respect from friends and family, but they're never going to stop loving you. And it's kind of like the idea of oil and water, right? Oil will never meld with water, okay? And so if you're in the sea of water and you decide, I want to be the oil, you're going to float to the top, and you're not going to hang out anymore with the water people. Does that make sense? So that's about it for this morning. And please like, comment, or subscribe if you have any questions about this subject. And when you subscribe to the channel, you'll get a proven system for moving your life in the right direction. Daily motivation to feel good for first thing in the morning. A free mentor coach through me. A new perspective for a new world. And access to cool resources, programs, courses, and events that I will promote now and again. Thank you very much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.